Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Software Inc. So when we left off, we released 2 new games in 2 different game genres. We released an adventure game as well as a simulation game. We are currently waiting to see how well that simulation game goes. So we will see at the end of the workday here in a couple more hours how successful it went. But we are currently going to go ahead and assign our core and our game team to help start porting Zolda here to more systems, so that way we can also port House Cleaning Simulator here to, all of these systems. So let's go ahead and hit OK on these. And we should probably take a look at the other operating systems coming out in 98 and add those as well. Okay, we ran out of House Cleaning Simulator. That, I guess, is a good thing. Let's take a look at how many they want us to order. They want us to order 50,000. So that means we need to go ahead and change the maximum on this, of course, to 80,000 copies. They keep saying they don't know who we are, and yet we managed to sell out of our games very quickly, which is kind of suspicious. Not unfortunately, that just means that we're going to have a little bit of a building episode, because we do need to expand our garage in order to support more packages and stuff going out. Hello from the future. I am here to do a voiceover for our speed building segment. So I knew I needed to expand the amount of printers we had, and I also wanted to expand the places where the couriers could pick things up. And I also wanted to keep the rest of our lot space on the top area available for another building, because I wanted that game development building to be on the same kind of main plot of land. So I am going to go through and make a very big mess of the small garage space, trying to fit everything in. I added a splitter, so as packages are printed, they are then brought up and split into the different courier spots. And down here, I kept the layout relatively small at first and expected to expand the more demand we had for printing. I was building this not with the intention of actually doing print deals, but doing just printing for the numerous games I had planned for our team to put out on an automatically regular basis. So I can always expand this in the future if we do end up taking more print jobs and deals, but that was not my intention while building this. I wanted to make sure that there was still space for the couch for the couriers to rest in, so that way their pathing is a lot closer and better for the AI to manage. That way they can wait instead of waiting in the main building, walking around to the port to pick up boxes, and then walking back into the main. It's just easier if they stay in the garage where they're picking up the boxes. So while finagling with the layout, I wanted to make sure we had enough printers as well as enough pallets for storage overnight. If you leave the couriers being able to pick up packages during the evening, you can't really skip forward in time, which makes the game a lot longer, and it makes my editing job a lot more difficult. So now that everything is pretty much laid up how I want it to be upstairs, we are going down here in the basement and expanding things. I wanted to make sure we had plenty of printers for actually printing products and enough storage, which you'll see here in a minute, for the packages to be stored overnight. Also with the intention of making sure we have enough couriers to actually move all of the packages, because I was thinking that maybe, once we get everything printed, if the couriers are not delivering the packages on time, it doesn't matter how big our printing press is, we'll still get those notifications that we ran out of sales. So I created this giant loop down here with package drop-offs as well as package pickups that'll then be sorted into each courier point upstairs, hire some extra couriers, and that's about it for this build. Okay, I think that helped. Yeah, we'll see if I need to hire more couriers. I have the possibility of I can print 288,000 copies, which obviously is a lot. So I can print 288, so I need about 3 more couriers if I needed to fill that up. I mean, we can start looking at distribution and hire the couriers for it. I'm just not sure that's what we need right now. So yeah, we'll just see, play that by ear. We might run into a problem here. We'll see at 4 p.m. when my last courier comes in, whether or not they do actually pick up all of that, but I'm hoping that it's pretty successful. The other thing I want to look at doing is adding Zolda to another one that has over 100,000 active users. That's kind of what I like to do after a certain point, is just see which has the most users for us to port to. The other thing, wow guys, did you see that? We actually made $1 million in House Cleaning Simulator last month. This is crazy. That's so good. The next thing we're going to do is just continue running down this, what is this, category section of our games. So next we'll do a sports game. We're gonna have all the same stuff that we had previously. The more experience snugglygamer is getting, the better. It just means that she can narrow down her creativity till it's at 100%. It starts out at 75, and as you can see, we're at 95% now, which means we're gonna have better and better games. So for our sports game, why don't we call it football? Is it soccer? Is it football? The world may never know. So yeah, we're gonna keep this all pretty much the same, because these are, the reason I'm going through and running through the list is because we want at least one in each category. So for our automation, we can just have it be a little bit easier. Because then they don't have to make up our own IPs and like struggle through that, well, all that kind of stuff. And it gets our game team a lot of experience. We are almost coming up on the 10-year anniversary of Cowboy 2, which would be a great time to go ahead and start our next sequel. So they almost picked up all the boxes. I don't know if those just got printed while they were away or what, but it looks like we're able to keep up with our print jobs, so that is good. We also finished both of our deals for, well, our deal for marketing, so let's pick up maybe another one. That one's due today. That one's due next month. We'll do this one, and we'll bring this up to a level 10, because I want them to bust that out. It's like an extra 50,000, and we're slowly working our way up to where we left off or started last episode. A couple successful games will do that. I'm just hoping that our money isn't outrageously being spent because we have all of these printers. Since it is now March, it is time to go ahead and start our update of House Cleaning Simulator, because that just came out. Update, please. There we go. And that's just gonna whack down a bunch of these bugs so that way our queued line isn't as crazy. And just at the end of the day, whatever we get done is what we get done, and I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. Oh, and we got all the bugs done anyways, so there's nothing to worry about regardless. Yeah, they want us to start working on the next sequel for Cowboy 2, but we only have 2 more games after this one. I think we will go ahead and make a sequel to Cowboy 2. That port job is done. Awesome. Let's go ahead and assign only the port team to this and start getting our house cleaning simulator on more. We're at 213, guys. It's pretty good. Getting that out there on more systems, because I don't think we've finished one whole entire port job for House Cleaning Simulator, which there's a whole world out there for us to explore. And just like that, we're up to almost 250,000. Let's go ahead and get another update out for House Cleaning Simulator. And then we'll probably also do another one for Zolda, because that one we're still making sales on it. Okay, So we were at 80,000 for our house cleaning simulator game, and I got a notification that we ran out. And if you look here, there's only 748,000 left, and they wanted us to print another 80,000. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot low and go for 100,000. But if we look here, 336,000 active users, which is great. It's good. It's getting us up over the hump that we had, which was, balancing between high and low. Okay, a product has run out of sales. Zolda and House Cleaning Simulator. I think it's because I took a job, this one. Because Zolda's still at 50,000. So maybe we do 50,000, maybe we do 60,000, and hopefully that's enough. I just can't believe that Zolda's already on sold out. So I think the problem is because I accepted that extra job. So let's hire another courier to come in at 12 and another courier to come in at 8. And maybe that will help, because we needed 3 more, and so it's pretty much the maximum that we can print is what we can now get out of. There's nowhere for your courier to park. Oh no, are we already, oh God. Let's take a look at our parking situation. Why don't we go ahead and get this one also leased out? This one's gonna cost us $1 million, but it's a huge parking lot, versus this one's gonna cost us 300,000. Yeah, let's buy this one. I think that'll be fine, and then we can go ahead and assign this parking spot to deliveries. So now for each hour we have 2 delivery spots, I believe. 2 deliveries. Okay. So both of those are for our deliveries, so that should be okay, hopefully. But we're getting to the point where I would feel comfortable possibly expanding into an R&D actual building, and maybe even a gaming actual building. Yeah, they want us to do like 160,000. Let's take a look at our distribution. And I think we're ready to start developing football here. Let's go ahead and announce a release date. 2 years and 7 months. Let's go ahead and do a press release with pictures. And let's go ahead and start a hype. I did go ahead and also, since it's like February, start some additional porch jobs for our house cleaning simulator as well as Zolda, and I also decided to throw in Cowboy 2 in there as well, just because we have a lot of products left over for it, so I figured why not? Okay, and since it is year 2000, we can go ahead and update all of the computers to laptops, so hopefully they're going to be moving a little bit quicker. We are close to releasing or finishing the alpha stage of football, which is encouraging, because that just means to me that we are going to be able to start developing Cowboy 3. We're also at $66 million. I'm hoping to get 100 million this episode. How crazy would that be? Go from being almost bankrupt to actually, bringing in some solid money. Hopefully we can finish this by the end of the year so we can have a mid-year release in 2001 for football. Okay, this is finished, so let's go ahead and promote it. We're going to do a release date of 2001. Let's do June. Let's do April of 2001. I think that is going to be a good date for us to work out all of the bugs. We're also going to submit a press build so we can hopefully see this pop up. And then we're going to go to our releases, find Cowboy 2, and make a sequel on this. Cowboy 3, perfect. And since we already have all of this, why don't we go ahead and add, I don't think I have anybody trained in 3D though. Otherwise I would be sure to do that. Maybe what we should do is go to manage teams, go to the HR management of game, go ahead and add a specialization of 3D, and then let's go ahead and fill this out. So there's going to be 18 spots minus 1 for the leader would put us at 17. And right now we have 13, so we have room for 4 more. So let's do 9 programmers, 5 designers, and 3 artists. And hopefully we can go ahead and get some 3D people in here for the game team. And we're also going to increase 3D graphics. We aren't going to click anything, it's just going to be in 3D, which I think is going to be just fine. Our 3D editor, let's do that, hit OK, and start developing this software. This one is going to take a little bit longer just because we did add that 3D element, but I believe in our team, we can do it. Another thing I want to do is go to our manage staff and find one of our late night couriers, this one, and we're going to go ahead and dismiss them just because we aren't printing as much as we were. I also want to go into our distribution and maybe take house cleaning down to 80,000 now that the hype has died down a little bit. I'm hoping, actually, let's just keep our eye on it as we roll over to the next day and see how many we can reduce it by. Okay, so we only sold 60,000, so I think if we go ahead and reduce this down to 70,000, we should be okay on that one. And then we also sold 13, so if we bring this down to 20,000, it should also be okay. And then for our port team, let's go ahead and bring Cowboy 2 all the way up, because that's the smaller one, and they should be able to get that done pretty quickly. Yeah, they finished Cowboy 2 today, and hopefully we can get this Zolda port done relatively quickly, because we should be having some checking for new releases here in this next month. So let's check our releases and we'll sort by release date, and we'll see what we can port House Cleaning Simulator onto first. Let's do everything that's over 120,000. Okay. And then for Zolda, let's wait and see how our sales look for this going forward. We'll wait to do those until the original ports are done. Okay, it is April 2001. Let's see how football looks. I'm hoping that it's just gonna keep going up. 5. Okay, our best release yet. We love to see it. Let's go ahead and do another $10,000 marketing budget because that worked pretty well. And let's get an update rolling really quick here. We were so close. We're at 99%. That is embarrassing. Okay, let's go ahead and educate everybody. Okay, football has 12,000 active users, but you know what we gotta do? We gotta go ahead and start porting this, and we're probably gonna race, oh yeah, let's get these first 2 out of the way really quick. And we're going to bring this down to 1 and bring football up to 10. Okay, so I messed up really bad. I accidentally did 600,000 for the printing for football, which is a lot to say the least. So I went ahead and reduced that down to 60,000. We probably won't have to print more of that for a really long time. That could be an explanation as to why this wasn't necessarily doing the best. We did go ahead and port it onto several pop-in operating systems. There we go. But I'm kind of at this point now where I'm like, okay, we really need to amp up our porting team, especially if we're going to be releasing as many games as we are. I also want to put them in our gaming building. So I'm thinking next episode we'll go ahead and build that gaming build. Oh my god, I did it again, where my webcam was way too big, probably for quite a while, for the past 20 million monies. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this Let's Play series, Let's Play episode. I really appreciate all the support you guys have shown for my channel as well as this series. As always, there is a link down below in the description with all of my social media, including my TikTok, my Patreon, and my sticker shop. On my Patreon for $3 a month, you can support my channel and get your name on the end credits. If you have suggestions for other rewards, I'm absolutely very interested in hearing what you guys would like. If you don't have $3 or you want to support me for free, you can absolutely do that by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm and it helps my content get in front of more people's faces. So until I see you guys again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.